So Black Ops 6 just came out, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun so far. The zombies mode is a little bit of a letdown, but overall, it's a ton of fun. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to do a full game review on Black Ops 6 or not. Also, sorry that my voice sounds a little weird. I'm kind of sick right now, so it's not a lot of fun. But bear with me here. I know my voice sounds like hella congested and stuff. Anyway, there is one massive problem that this game had which completely ruined the launch for me: timing. But for us to understand what I'm talking about, let's go back real quick. You see, one of the biggest things that Call of Duty has been hyping up for the launch of Black Ops 6 is the Max Prestige race. Things like the Max Prestige race and the Weapon Camo race have been in the community for a while and are basically just a race to see who will be the first player to get to the maximum prestige or to get the mastery camos for all the guns in the game. However, this year Call of Duty has been hyping up the race as an actual event and really publicizing it more than they've ever done before. I mean, it even got me excited. I knew there was no way I was gonna win, but it sounded fun to do, so I was pretty eager to do the race. And this is where my problems began. What time does the freaking game come out? There was no launch time anywhere, it felt like. I was having to go through ancient manuscripts to try and figure out what time the game was actually gonna launch. Because the game launched at different times across the world for PC, which, you know, makes sense because the world has different time zones. So surely Xbox and PlayStation will be the same, right? No. Consoles, for some unholy reason, launched at midnight local time. Everywhere. That means that players in, let's say, New York got access to the game a whole hour before people in Texas or Arkansas would. Oh, but it's not that big of a deal, ProCat. Were you taught? Yes it is, because that is just a 1 hour difference. In areas such as, I don't know, Australia or New Zealand, players were able to have access more than 12 hours early, which is absolutely an insane amount of time. That is half a day early that a pretty good, basically anyone with a VPN could get access to. So tell me, what happens when you combine players being able to play up to 12 hours earlier than the general population if they use a VPN with a highly publicized competitive event that requires brute forcing, throwing as many hours as is humanly possible at it to win? Well, through the power of VPN, suddenly every streamer, pro player, wannabe sweat, and assorted gremlin lives in New Zealand. And this creates a big problem, because essentially, a portion of the player base now has a huge advantage over everyone else, simply because of where they live or whether they choose to break the rules in VPN. And when you're advertising something as a competition, that's not really fair. The other big problem, and this is more just me being salty, is about content creation. Look at this really quick. Without knowing anything about other time zones and how far, let's just say like Britain is from where we're at, I can tell you right now that the Eastern time zone is not 2 hours ahead of Central. So yeah, in conclusion, Black Ops 6 had an amazing launch gameplay-wise, but completely and utterly flubbed the Prestige Master race. Honestly, if they just had never made it a big deal, it wouldn't be nearly as much of a problem, but they've publicized it so much that it feels like a massive failure on their part rather than not a big deal. Thanks for watching and freaking suffering through my head cold. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.